Oh my gosh, I think I let it kind of, I think this makes me look chunky. I don't know. Is my butt big enough? Hey y'all, this is Talk Safety, Timmy Safety Talk with Apostle Erica Monet Glenn, and this is going to be day 57, okay? So, as you guys heard me early on, before I start talking to you guys, you heard me making comments about my body. So this video is going to be about the safeties of being mindful of what we say to ourselves and what we say to others, because body shaming is not okay. And body shaming is also a form of your own insecurities, okay? You know, people in their own personal vendettas and their own personal, prejudices, whatever the case may be. You know, and we live in a world, especially women of color, you know, we tend to, instead of helping each other straighten up our crowns, we have the habit of trying to tear down another woman to try to make ourselves feel better. And that ain't cute, okay? That's actually just, not only is it disgusting, but it just shows your true beauty on the inside, okay? Which is not there, non-existent, okay? But it doesn't always have to be that way. It doesn't always have to be that way. Hence the reason why I'm doing a safety video, because I pray that when you look at this video, it's going to give you some tips on how you can build up your self-esteem, okay? Many of you are used to individuals speaking evil to you, speaking bad things to you, and you do it to yourselves, because I shared with someone recently, we are our worst critics, all right? So it's like, for instance, you go somewhere, you're wearing a yellow shirt, okay, and you get like the stain. It's not really visible, but you know the stain is there. So now you're beating yourself up about it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I know it's a stain there, but nobody else in the community or people you're around, they don't know until you point it out, and then they be like, oh yeah, now I see it. So now you just made it worse, because now you be like, wait a minute. Now they're gonna be looking at my stain all day. We are our worst critics, okay? And that stems from not only insecurities, but it stems from childhood, what's been spoken over our lives. So when I used to work with children, that's some of the things that I used to suggest to the parents. I'm like, I understand that sometimes the child may do something bad, but saying, oh, you're bad, you're just like your daddy, no good, you're just like your trifling mama. Saying these different things over a child, guess what? You're sowing seeds of evil. You're sowing seeds that's bad, that's toxic. And then you're wondering why your child is toxic. You're wondering why a lot of them are going going back and forth to juvenile, delinquent centers. You're wondering why your older child is in jail, or God forbid dead. So again, some of y'all getting second chances with your grandkids. You know, kudos, I want to give a shout out to Scarlett. Scarlett and her mama, I think her mom's name is Titania. I think that's how you pronounce it. Some of you may know them, they're viral on social media. And Scarlett is a biracial child. Her mom is Caucasian, her father is African American, okay? And one of the things that she does, and there's a few other people that's well known that does this. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I even think Ludacris and his children created a children's book. But one of the things she does with her child is affirmations, okay? And then not only that, she babysits her mom babysits her friend's daughter, and she's teaching her the affirmations as she's doing her hair, like I am beautiful, like different things of that nature. Because again, once they become older, you know, things happen, and even when they go to school. So just because you're teaching your children affirmations, you're teaching your daughter, despite of your body type, you are still beautiful. But if you want to work on your body, we could do something like that. So I'm giving you suggestions. So even if you have a child that may be chunky and overweight, and they're being bullied, and kids are calling them fat, different things of that nature, you can find different things you can do with your child to help them lose weight. One, you're responsible for grocery shopping. So don't put that on the child. You're responsible for grocery shopping, okay? But again, in the summertime, there's like, you got summer camps, you got different things. Even if you don't want to pay for summer camp, it's time for you to get active too. That's why I'm always big on parents being involved with their children. It's so many parks, so many playgrounds. Some of y'all got huge backyards. What's the excuse? So getting active, doing little activities and everything, burning calories, you know, teaching them that thing. Maybe even creating a healthy challenge. You know, us adults, we can come up with a healthy challenge like, hey, whoever joins the fitness challenge and drops the most weight and has the most body transformation, they can win a financial reward. Why not do that in a kid's version, okay? Like, especially if you got a child that say they want something, you be like, you know what? As a family, as a whole, we're gonna be healthy. And you know, for the kids, if one of you guys win, you can get the very thing that you wanted to get and do it with the adults. So your child won't feel singled out or feel like they're being pointed out, and then they won't feel insecure and they won't feel sad. So that's what I'm saying, as a family, do it together and just be like, okay, the adults, we would get this type of reward, and children, you would get that very thing. It could be the PS5, it could be whatever it is that they want. You'd be like, okay, we're gonna do the transformation. Remember, you're working towards this. And just do it as a whole. But I wanted to talk about body shaming because to this day we see that. I love the fact that things are changing with modeling. We're starting to see more plus size models. models with natural hair, you know, different colors, whether they got freckles, they may have acne. I understand they got different makeup to cover certain stuff, but we're starting to see a transformation. Throughout the years, you see that, like, all different heights, all different sizes, all different race, you know, and they're modeling, or they're being, becoming actors and actresses. Because there was a time in Hollywood, especially in Hollywood, where there was a certain men they were looking for. So it's like, if your hair was natural, if you had dreads, if you had tattoos, no, they didn't want to, But now with the, the special makeup you could put on your body, you could cover up certain things, how some of you could temporarily take out your nose, whatever you got to do. Ladies with color hair, because I love to change my hair color, but it's, you could wear a wig. So that's what I'm saying, like, they're meeting in the middle. It's called compromise. Amen. And not only that, I'm a firm believer that a lot of them realize that they were passing up on some great talent just because of those little things right there. And I'm the type of person, I'm like, I'm big on the arts. When I change my hair color, the hairstyles and all that, this is my way of expressing myself. So, again, if someone's saying, like, for instance, in the army, if they say you got to cut your dreads, if you got to change your hair color, that's like you're telling the person, don't be yourself. But if they can temporarily put on a wig, if they can temporarily tie up their hair, so be it. Amen? So I pray this information helped you guys, because I am filming this somewhere and I think they're about to open up, but I'm about to head out. Again, this is Talk Safety to Me Safety Talk with Apostle Erica Monet Glenn, day 57, but I'm giving y'all tips on what you can do with your family. I'm also calling out women and men out there that's body shaming. Men, I don't know how y'all body shame each other. Y'all probably just call a man fat, so I don't know. Or talk about each other's height. And you know how they say it's like the little man syndrome? Ladies, it's always something, especially us African American, us black beauty women, okay? It's just like, it's always something. And I'm not like that. So I'm like, that's, a lot of y'all use the term karmic. That's what a karmic person would do. See, I'm a divine child, a child of God. And I don't go around, even when I was younger, I did not go around bashing women, okay? I don't go around saying, oh, she ugly or she too fat. No, I'm always going to point out something that's nice, okay? And I'm big on, if you're going to try to better yourself and lose weight and make sure you're doing it for yourself and not for no man. Make sure you're doing it for yourself and not for someone else, because when you're doing it for someone else, guess what? You're not going to truly be happy, and it's not going to last. But when you psychologically allow that switch to go off in your head, you be like, hey, I'm going to make this change for me, and then you allow God to clean you on the inside out, I'm telling you, you will stay in that. Like, for instance, with me, when I lost weight, I started my weight journey, losing weight in March 2011. And I've been consistent ever since, and I did it for myself. And I also know God doesn't want any of his children walking around being overweight. So I may have to share my post, the story I shared about that, because a lot of y'all didn't know that. Y'all probably thought I was like this all my life. No. There was a time I wasn't really fat. I was thicker. It was like in my thighs, my breast area. My cheeks was a little chunky, but it was mainly thighs, butt, and chest area, and a little bit in my face. My stomach was never like out there or anything. But again, I just started making this change for myself. And I've been consistent ever since. Not because of a man, not because family members was comparing me to someone else saying, oh, you fat and you can't do this. No, for one, it was God's will. And secondly, because Apostle Erica Monet Glenn, because I wanted to. I wanted to do it for myself. I knew I deserved to be healthy. I know I deserve to be healthy. Amen? I know all that. And it's not just fitness. It's just about what you're eating, how you're eating it, what time of the day you're eating it, how much, of course, a lot of y'all, it's just consistent. Chicken. 6 piece, every day. Chips, every day. Let's go. I don't care how healthy you are. You do that, you start eating unhealthy every day, you're going to see not just weight, it's going to make you feel druggy. It's going to mess with you mentally, emotionally, financially. That's why I always tell you guys, like, with the radio broadcast, I'm going to change that up too, because usually I do a audio recap on Spreaker, but God is telling me to do something a little bit different, okay? So he's going to do something else with Spreaker. So right now I'm going to be doing these videos, and then I'm going to always upload a flyer saying, hey, catch the video, and then I'm going to let you know what social media platforms you can find a full video, okay? But either way, especially to do stuff like this, I gotta be able to get around easily, okay? God doesn't need, okay, how can I put it? One, I don't allow people to put extra weight on me. So I dang sure I'm not about to add extra weight to myself where I can't move around freely. Meaning, I'm gonna be unhealthy for my kids, my husband and all that. And then I'm walking around, I can't do what God is doing because I'm just, messing up my health, because weight doesn't just slow you down, but it can impact, depending on how your body is and previous injuries, it can mess up your knees, it can mess up your elbow. Come on now. I'm just saying, it causes high cholesterol, blood pressure, diabetes. It's so much that goes to that. Amen? But again, this is Talk Safety to Me Safety Talk with Apostle Erica Monet Glenn. Oh, and by the way, I'm filming this at a funeral home. Yes. Behind me is a funeral home. So believe me, what I just told you helps keep you to live. It helps you to live longer and healthy. Y'all make some healthy choices. But again, this is Talk Safety to Me, Safety Talk with Apostle Erica Monique Glenn. Day 57. Thank y'all for tuning in. Start being healthy. If you don't know, I understand YouTube is there, but you make sure you start asking questions. Amen? Amen. No excuse.